Okay guys, so I just wanted to show y'all here my desk and what you know how it's set up when I'm shooting my videos. Basically overhead view of just my desktop. And this is how I have all my markers set up on the desk. Okay, so right over here I have my Spectrum Noir markers, and in this little box here I keep my Copics. Okay, as you can see, I still have a lot of collecting to do. I have a lot of colors that I still need to get. And down here, usually when I'm working on a project, I have all the markers that I know I'm going to need to use for that project. And since my Copic markers are so limited and I don't have the full set of the Spectrum Noir markers, nor do I have all of the Prismacolor markers, and I have them in this little clear bin that I got from my local art supply, and I like it because I could just look right through and see what colors are where. Okay, and then up here in this little bin I keep my Twin Touch markers. Okay, so they look like this. Okay, and I keep those. These are some watercolor markers that I have. Here in this little cubby I keep my little speck of glitter pens, and they look like that. Sorry about the blurriness. Okay, so this is basically what my desk looks like, and everything is at a point where I can just look over and grab it. So anyway, in this video I am just gonna go through and show you guys my process with coloring with the alcohol markers, how I usually get prepared to do a project. So okay, so yeah, so we'll get started. I always keep this Memento Tuxedo Black ink handy right here, and yeah, this is one of my favorites, especially when coloring with these alcohol markers. So in all these markers, I find colors blend well together regardless of the brand. So that's why I keep them all here where I can mix and match if I have to. And on this project that I'm going to be talking about, I did just that. I had to use some Prismacolor markers. I had to use a couple of my Twin Touch markers and my Copic markers. And I also use like a little multi-liner pen. But anyway, we'll get to all that in just a second. Okay guys, today I just wanted to go over with you my process on how I prepare to make a project when I'm using my Copic markers. So this is the card that I made for a really nice, sweet lady that I work with. Judy, if you are watching this video, I wanted to say have a very, very, very happy birthday. I hope you like this card. And anyway, this is the card that I made, and it's a birthday card, and this little stamped image is by CC Designs, and I'll show that to you guys. This is really cute. I got this from CC Designs. I might have went through this in my last haul video. Yeah, but I was really happy to get this one. This is Cupcake Emma. So I just kind of trimmed around the rubber. Okay, so I just wanted to let y'all know that I started a visual journal to help me while I'm practicing with coloring with my alcohol ink markers. And I'll just show you the few pages that I've already started. So when I'm practicing, I will practice in this little book right here. And this is going to be my go-to book for color combinations, hair coloring, skin colors. And if you can see this really well, I colored this image, and right up here I just wrote just a note to myself that I use my Prismacolor markers on this image right here. And I have it broken down which colors I used for her skin tone, which colors I used for her hair, the little boots, the cupcake, even the bow. And then down here, my daughter wanted me to try coloring a image with purple hair, so I practiced purple hair, and came out pretty cute. And then this is the red hair, and you'll see that these colors are from my Prismacolor markers. I use the PB6, 5, and 4, and that's actually what I used on the card that I made. So that's one page. Okay, in this page right here, I was practicing coloring deeper, darker skin tones. And on this side, I used my Twin Touch markers. And it's really deep, dark. It came out really good. I was practicing coloring a deep, dark brown hair color. And I just made notes of the colors that I use, so I can always go back to this little book when I want to do a project. If I want to color an image in a lighter skin tone or a darker skin tone, I have those notes. And also this book will help me with what to do and what to avoid doing, because I did make a few mistakes with this little image, and I actually had to go over her. I used my Spectrum Noir markers with this little girl, and even though I found that even though all the alcohol markers that I have, regardless of the brand, I can kind of mix and match them, and they will blend, but I can tell a difference with coloring with my Twin Touch markers versus coloring my Spectrum Noir markers versus coloring my Copics. I noticed with the Spectrum on this paper, which is the Bristol Vellum, the Spectrum Noir tend to bleed out outside of the image a little bit more than the other brand markers. But that's okay, because it does really good with my cardstock that I ordered especially for coloring with these markers. And okay, so this is just, I just wanted to share this with you guys. Hopefully this video won't be like super long, but when I talk in these videos, it tends to run well over time. So here you see where I stamped this image right here, which is one of the Prima doll stamps that I'm gonna color and make some notes on. And here's another one of those doll stamps that I am gonna color. And this is just wanted to share that with y'all, because I found that it was really easy to do that card project, because I knew I wanted my image to be a lighter tone. I knew I wanted her hair to be red, and I didn't have to think off the top of my head which reds were those that I used. I can come back to my visual journal. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So the process that I usually use, I will choose the pattern papers that I want to use first. In this case, I wanted to use these pattern papers. And these are by Color Book, and they are the Sweet Memories 12 by 12 pad. That's what they came from. Here is just some notes I wrote, all the colors that I used, which markers I used, and you know, the name of the designer papers. And it's always good to kind of make notes if you're making a project, that especially if you might want to have it published or send it into a magazine or a challenge. You always want to give credit to who made the stamp and the makers of the designer paper and things like that. So choosing my designer paper first helps a lot with coloring my image. So then I know what colors that I want to go through my marker bins and find what colors, and that's what I did with this image. I chose my papers, and I went through my bins and I pulled out all the marker combinations that I knew were gonna work with these papers, which made it so easy. And then I also did a little swatch of the colors that I pulled out to make sure that they were going to go with the papers that I chose. So that's what I usually do. That's been working for me, and I'm getting much better, you guys, coloring. So I just wanted to let anybody out there know who is a beginner like myself, this process makes it a lot easier, okay, with coloring with your alcohol ink markers. And like I said, I don't have all the colors of Copic markers and Spectrum Noir markers, or my Prisma markers, or even my Twin Touch markers. However, those do tend to blend well together. It doesn't matter the brand. I guess because they're all alcohol ink markers, they tend to blend really well. So I mean, that's been my experience. So maybe you guys can comment below and let me know what your experience and what your process is, as far as when you're ready to make a project, when you're ready to create, what process do you go through? And if you have any tips, any tricks for me, just if you would leave them down in the comments section below. And again, thank you guys for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. And until the next video, I'll see you guys. Bye.